Good day for everybody. My name is Cristina Gololovchyner. I'm dōTERRA Israel product specialist and aromatherapist. Today we will talk about a Cptg. This is grade, very important grade, which is called certified pure tested grade. And you know, I'm very happy that especially today, I am holding this webinar because we are 2 days before the birthday of dōTERRA. As you see on this slide, dōTERRA was founded on April 25th, 2008 in Pleasant Grove, Utah, USA. And the mission of the company from the beginning is to share high quality essential oils with the whole world. All oils are Cptg tested, certified, tested and approved as pure essential oils and are the highest quality and safest essential oils available on the market today. And is a Latin derivative, meaning gift of the earth. So dōTERRA started in 2008, and this was not a good year for the beginning of the business because this was the year of Great Recession in USA. But dōTERRA was so sure and has their own vision what is clear essential oils. So they decided to start the business and to open their company. So, you know that before 15 years, adulteration, it was a huge problem in the aromatherapy. And I want to say that probably now it's a huge problem because aromatherapy is now very popular and it's very easy to adulterate the essential oil. And we will talk about this as well. So dōTERRA decided to create their own standard, and without an accepted standard for essential oil quality, dōTERRA created its own testing process. It's even not a grade, it's process. It's a very great process, which is behind of this great Cptg grade. So now let us talk about this. So the main principles of the company are pure Cptg oils and to help and empower others. So why we choose dōTERRA? Because they have this standard Cptg, they have co-impact sourcing, and these two concepts define dōTERRA strategy and differentiate it from other companies. dōTERRA is science-focused, nothing is left to chance. Presence of a medical advisory committee, and dōTERRA mission, bringing essential oils into the mainstream, research, high quality Cptg essential oils, education to empower you and your loved ones to live a wellness lifestyle. So why we choose dōTERRA? Once more, Cptg. So sourcing, it's very, very important. Search for the best sources. From this begin this standard. And now we can talk about co-impact sourcing standard that dōTERRA created, and testing, quality control. And testing, dōTERRA do this testing, a lot of tests that we will talk about this as well, and a reliable third party, which is called APRC. So source the best and help the most. This is one of the very important slogan of dōTERRA. So I decided to divide this grade in two parts. We will talk about, first of all, certified pure, and after that we will talk about the tests and medical advisory board, TG tested grade. So the oils of dōTERRA most tested and most trusted. Let us see why. So over 100 essential oils sourced from more than 40 nations, from more than 40 countries. Sourcing where plants thrive most. This is the main principle. And in order to work with committed partners and to ensure the best growing conditions, dōTERRA sources essential oils from across the globe. With an ever-expanding product line that includes over 100 different essential oils sourced from over 40 nations, dōTERRA truly offers Earth's best gift. That's why dōTERRA. the gift of the earth. And it means global botanical network, as you see on this slide. And believe me, there are not all the countries that dōTERRA receive raw materials for the essential oils, but you can see it's a very good picture to understand, to imagine how many countries and how many sources dōTERRA have. So dōTERRA sourcing team, the vice president of this department is Team Valentiner, and you see how many representatives dōTERRA has in these special regions. They are located directly in the places of growth of raw materials, and this is very important for us that these people, located directly in the places of growth. That is allow them to follow all the process from the beginning, from the moment that the seed immersed in the soil. And you know that all the conditions, it's very important. Their place, their growth conditions, the climate, and so on. So let us see what does it mean. So in one of the conventions, Timothy Valentiner explained what does it mean today for dōTERRA co-impact sourcing, and even we can talk about standard in this field. So 3 principles that underlie the entire program: at the source, environmental stewardship, and social impact. Let us see. So at the source, traceability. Know the process throughout the supply chain, including use of traceability tools. People. Know and be able to trace the people involved in the supply chain: farmers, harvesters, distillers, and suppliers. Process. Know the origin and method of cultivation, wild harvesting, transportation, and processing to ensure purity and quality. Second one, environmental stewardship. Sustainability. Ensure longevity of plant ecosystems and efficiency in production methods. Comply with national and international environmental regulations and guidelines. Preserve native biodiversity. Reduce carbon footprint. Train. Provide training on sustainability, compliance, preservation, and reduction. Social impact, job creation. Create new jobs and or support existing jobs for smallholder farmers, harvesters, and other partners in the supply chain. Provide timely payments based on mutually agreed terms. Ensure safe, respectful, and healthy working environments. Capacity building, facility training, information sharing, cooperatives, distillation innovations. Community development, implement social impact community projects funded through Hand Healing Foundation and other donors. And now we will talk about Healing Hand Foundation that follows this co-impact sourcing, one of the main principles of dōTERRA culture as well. So the culture of dōTERRA is based on 2 programs, co-impact sourcing and Healing Hand Foundation. Co-impact sourcing is an initiative aimed at developing long-term, mutually beneficial partnerships with suppliers, creating stable jobs, and generating sustainable income in lagging regions. The Healing Hands Foundation is a charitable organization created to help those in need around the world. As we're told that dōTERRA received their raw materials from more than 40 countries, and more half of these countries, they are not developed. So dōTERRA do a lot of work and a lot of money to support these local farmers in their life. Okay, for example, behind the bottle, you know that helichrysum, for example, the raw material dōTERRA received from Albania and Corsica, and people empowered via sourcing jobs in Albania, it's 335, in Corsica it's 25, but please pay attention that improving living conditions it's much more because we are talking about the families of the farmers. And providing farmers with long-term contracts compensates price fluctuations, which allows farmers to consistently receive a fair and transparent price for their labor. In addition, it helps provide for farmers greater stability and security. For example, if we are talking about vetiver, you know, this wonderful essential oil, and Haiti, it's the best country where all the conditions are the best for growing the raw material. The raw material, it's root. And before dōTERRA come to these farmers, what they did, they dug the root from the ground in 11, 12 months because they want to be paid for, and they were received the payment when they when they provide their crop. And why they did it? Because they wanted to receive more money just to feed their families. And but the quality of their oil was not so good because the root need to be in the ground approximately 16, 17 months. And when dōTERRA came to this, came to these farmers, and they started to educate the people to show them that it's very important that the root need to be in the ground. But of course, they wanted to receive the salary each month, and dōTERRA just built the program, the forecast for the harvest, and including all these conditions, dōTERRA was sure that they will receive a very high quality essential oils that allowed dōTERRA to pay to these farmers every month. And of course, this support this family. And you know, you can see a lot of films in the site of dōTERRA, dōTERRA.com, about this co-impact sourcing, very interesting stories, very excited stories, how farmers are telling about dōTERRA, how dōTERRA changed their lives. And you know, if we buy these bottles, we can understand that these bottles of our essential oils, very pure and high quality, we need to understand that we will receive the effects not for us, not for our loved ones, but on this way we are supporting these farmers. They live in faraway Haiti or in other countries. Or for example, Kenya, geranium, tea tree, and pink pepper, they're essential oils that dōTERRA receive raw materials from this country, Kenya. And as you see that they opened the project for the children, for the local farmers. And this allows these children to go to the school, to attend high school and for an entire year. And it cost $16,000 for each child. And you know that this is one of the slogans of dōTERRA that explains all this co-impact project, that we don't buy farms, we build farmers, we build growers. And this project that I'm very excited to tell about this, Sanak Specialized Hospital in Somaliland. You see this region, it's in the middle of the desert, and it's there were no medical care in this region. And dōTERRA, you know that Somaliland, that it's one of the countries where dōTERRA receive raw material for frankincense from Boswellia, resin from Boswellia. There are four types of Boswellia trees. And the condition of medical care in this region was on the very, very low level. And dōTERRA built this hospital, and together with incredible women, they did this project, and you see this woman, the name of this woman, it's Edna Adan Ismail, Muslim Mother Teresa, they call the nurse midwife, and you can read their book that she wrote, A Woman of Firsts. Why? Because she, the first Somali girl who studied in the UK, the first qualified nurse midwife in Somaliland, and the first Somali woman who drives a car. And she was even the first female foreign minister of Somaliland from 2003 till 2006. So it's an incredible story, and you can read about this in the dōTERRA site, and I promise you that you will be very very excited from this story as well. And if you can read this book and understand how incredible this woman is. And there are another projects that dōTERRA support in healing hands. You see that this Days for Girls and sorry, and the products underground that it's a very important project. You know that that we are talking about this project, so without being horrified that child slavery still exists in the world, and dōTERRA support this project. And Rafa House, where these children, after that they escaped, they receive the medical care, psychologist care. And even you see record holder, Guinness holder, the dōTERRA, that the volunteers, wellness advocates, did this 5,000 hygiene kits for the project Days for Girls. So you see how many dōTERRA do it in this project to help people, empower people. So it's amazing. And now we will talk about the second part of the Cptg grade, tested grade. As you see, dōTERRA has a department, a research team, and each whole sample undergoes 54 tests. 43 are provided by dōTERRA laboratories and 11 in APRC laboratories. And you see the list of the main tests that dōTERRA provided. And pay attention to this gas chromatography and mass spectrometry. And so there are all these tests and even more. And we talked that another company, APRC, provided the tests for dōTERRA. So it's an independent, trusted, and world-leading center for essential oil research. Includes a laboratory that uses various methods to confirm the purity of essential oils and detect adulterations. And you can receive the report of GCMS if you will put the number of the bottle that you see on the bottom of the bottle. So at first you need to choose source to you on the dōTERRA side, and after that here you will put the number that is written on the bottom of the bottle. Here you see it. I need to play with my picture, put it on the another side of the slides all the way. So you see source to you. This is the number of the bottom of the bottle that you will put on here, okay? And you will see the chromatography. And the the vice president of the APRC, Dr. Aron Sorensen, and in one of the conventions, he told that dōTERRA oils are 100% pure and sourced from natural sources, no pollution, dilutions, or adulteration. And I want to say with all responsibility that dōTERRA oils are the most tested and proven oils in the world. So And this doctor, Prabodh Satyal, on the conventions, he always talk about adulteration, that this is a huge problem in the aromatherapy today. And using this method, GCMS method, we can identify thousands of components and their quantity. And you see here, this is a very small component, maybe 0.001%, that some suspicious. And so this oil was rejected from the this oil was not produced. So if even this small percentage of some adulteration suspicious compound will be in the oil, all the batch or all these oils are rejected. And essential oil adulteration can be defined as a process by which the quality is reduced or the nature of an essential oil is distorted by the addition of extraneous or low quality substances. And Dr. Prabodh Satyal, he tested more than 50,000 samples of essential oils from different countries. And you see what are the results that he received. How many oils were adulterated. And you see how many adulteration happens in lavender oil, that this oil is very popular in all over the world. And all these manufacturers that claims that the oils are 100% pure. And dōTERRA, APRC not only do the tests for dōTERRA. With dōTERRA, they have a very, they have some projects, cooperative researchers, and the company conducts research on the adulteration of essential oils and develops a program to prevent it. And according to data published in the company's lavender oil bulletin, 78% of the world's stock are adulterated. So, and Dr. Prabodh Satyal told why it's so attractive, the adulteration price. The price may be cheaper, and it's very attractive for the people. Aroma, these oils have very strong aroma, and you know that essential oils have very delicious, very light aroma. And lack of regulation, a lack of methods knowledge in adulteration detection. And economic speculation. Selling cheaper essential oils is expensive essential oil. For example, geranium oil is selling as rose oil because they have sometimes they have similar odor because of the component geraniol, which plays in rose and geraniol oil as well. And it's very dangerous, and you need to be very, very suspicious when you're buying some cheap oils, because they are most likely buying, you are most likely buying adulterated oils. And health effects of adulterated essential oils, its unpredictable effect on human health, and synthetic ingredients can be toxic. So once more, when we are talking about Cptg, pay attention that it's start from the dōTERRA need to choose the ground, the country where these plants thrive the most, and environment, and carefully harvesting, and all this supply chain and transporting plant material for processing ensures an optimal yield of pure and potent essential oils. And these methods, analytic methods, and samples of each series of produced oils are kept for 5 years for verification and control. So essential oils of dōTERRA Cptg grade, no fillers, no synthetic oils added, no contaminants or toxins, the right plant material selected, grown in the right environment, harvested at the right moment, harvested in the right way. You see how many words are right I wrote here and how many work behind this word. Now we understand what does it mean, right? And heated at the right temperatures, and temperature has increased at the right rate, cooled at the right rate. Efficacy tested for its purity and Cptg qualities by scientists. So only dōTERRA provide this by scientists, and carefully controlled extraction process. Only aromatic pure extracts are gathered, no ineffective compound mixed in, tested for balanced levels of aromatic compounds. And medical advisor board, so only dōTERRA has this board, and all the scientific projects and work for the quality of essential oils. I'm sure that you know many of these doctors, Alex Dabell, senior scientist, who is responsible for supplements, Nicole Stevens, clinical trials, David Hill, everybody know David Hill, chairman of scientific operation, Brian Griggs, and his chairman medical advisory board, Russell Osgothorpe, chief medical officer. And for example, Russell Osgothorpe said in one of the convention, why I choose dōTERRA, because the ongoing research, consistency, security, efficiency, all research is based on this principle as in conventional medicine. And in research team, we have pharmacists, toxicologists, microbiologists, chemists. What is very important, it's a long-term cooperation with research institutes and hospitals, Clinic Prime Meridian, where integrative medicine provide. And Mother Nature knows best. And it's very important to understand that when we talk, as told Nicole Stevens, when we talk about consistency of essential oils, we typically mean that the main chemical compounds are present within a narrow parameter. For example, for peppermint, we typically measure menthol, menthone, methyl acetate, and the components that contribute to the minty smell and refreshing benefits of peppermint. But sometimes changes in weather and other environmental conditions can cause variation in some of the minor compounds of the oils, components of the oils. This wouldn't necessarily affect the efficacy or benefits, but they could impact the overall smell profile. I remember that a year ago, maybe people told me, our wellness advocates told me that the smell of peppermint essential oil a little bit strange. And so this is the explanation. So the main compounds remain the same in the percentages that we need for this effect that peppermint oil does, but the variety in mineral components can change the smell. And it's a fine line to walk in maintaining an absolutely natural product, no adulteration, synthetic cutting, while maintaining consistent levels of essential oils constituents. This is what dōTERRA has achieved that no one to this point had done. And this is the very important sentence, please pay attention. By working directly with farmers and having pure, traceable supply chains, we can count on consistent benefits and chemistry defined within the parameters of natural variation. Natural variation. Okay, so you see how many doctors we have in medical advisory board dōTERRA. And this doctor, and they put articles, Dr. Paul Winterton, you see his orthopedics. He used essential oils in his clinics, and he explained in his article why he chose dōTERRA and why he used essential oils, and especially dōTERRA. As you see, because of Cptg. And in Europe, we have now advisory board as well, and cooperation that Dr. Osgothorpe told that we have a lot of cooperations with very leading medical institutions. So this is a very short list of the medical institutions that dōTERRA cooperates, but they're very, very important. Rosemont University, Huntsman Cancer Institute, and the University of Utah. St. Elizabeth Health Center when dōTERRA opened a department for aromatherapy. Intermountain Health Center, University of Mississippi, it's very important. They have dōTERRA in this institute have some, they do some projects together, and in Europe, medical centers in London, Romania, Hungary. And dōTERRA provides clinical trials. So as you see, Nicole Stevens told it today, over 22,000 scientific articles have been published on essential oils, of which less than 500 are human clinical trials. And as a leader in the essential oil industry, dōTERRA is a pioneer in essential oil clinical research and continues to invest heavily in the field to ensure maximum safety and efficacy. And our clinical research group recently moved to a new permanent location at the Prime Medical Healthcare building. And this research center provides an excellent opportunity to collaborate with healthcare professionals in the development and implementation of research protocols. The research is also further proof of dōTERRA's commitment to sharing the benefits of essential oils with the world. And you see here, you see the list of the trials that dōTERRA provided with essential oils. On the left, you see the trials that dōTERRA provided in the laboratory with cells, which were grown by the biotech technologies. And on the right side, this is the clinical trials with participation of human beings. And it's very important. And you have a chance to read all these articles in Science blog of dōTERRA. So once more, on April 25th, 2008, dōTERRA entered the essential oil market with a mission. At the first launch meeting, only 250 people joined the company's managers. From this meeting, the idea was born to make the world a better place with just one drop of Cptg essential oil. Today, with over 3 million distributors and customers in over 100 countries, dōTERRA is changing the world. And you see this sentence that now we can see that dōTERRA is not only the gift of the earth, it also means wellness, health, and hope. Thank you very much. And I wish prosperity for many years of our wonderful dōTERRA. Be healthy.